CNN can't help themselves, man. They have one mode, and that mode is defend and protect the corporate Democrats. That's what they do. In the same way that Fox News is all about defending and protecting Republicans and MAGA, this is what CNN and this is what MSNBC does. So now we've reached this absurd point in the Biden presidency where everybody knows, hey, it's not going well. It's not going well. He's down at 37% approval rating. He looks like he's 412 years old. You know, this shouldn't be a close race with Trump. He was just convicted of felonies, but it still is a close race with Trump. And so naturally, everybody's looking to flee the sinking ship, but more importantly, point fingers at who's to blame. Well, you're never going to guess who this CNN guest decided to point the fingers at. Here we go.
There are a lot of young folks who are very much Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren devotees who have much more control over the administration than would be the case if he were truly in command. So the issue is not, the appearance of some infirmity here or there. It's the way that reinforces a narrative of weakness.
I mean this sincerely from the bottom of my heart. This guy's a fucking idiot. I've never heard a single thing uttered that is less true than that is. Look at the polling. Oh my God. In every poll for the past 5 months, young people have been fleeing Biden at 1,000 miles an hour. This is one of the key demographics that he's struggling with the most these days. The most. And he's young voters. People feel like young voters are controlling the Biden White House. And they don't like that at all. Young voters are not controlling the Biden White House. They're not getting anything of what they want right now. They're being totally disregarded, swept under the rug, slapped to the side, disrespected. They're told, hey, show up and vote for him and then shut the fuck up and don't have any of your concerns addressed. But somehow, the young voters are getting the blame, and the young voters are called the problem because of an administration they have zero control over, and the administration that's doing zero of the things that they want. Guys, this is one of those instances of, I don't know what the question is, but I already have the answer ready. The answer is fuck young people. I don't know what the question is, but fuck the Democratic base. I don't know what the question is, but the answer is fuck young people. That's what this is. And also, it's the jab at, Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren. By the way, as if these are some, crusading radical lefties who are super committed to their ideological purity and to social democracy or socialism. Spare me. Spare me. These are basically true center-left types are Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren. But they're held up as look, these radical communists and young people like them and young people control this administration. So basically Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren are controlling this administration. You do know that Joe Biden put as his chief of staff a corporate lobbyist named Jeff Zients. On what planet would Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren say, yeah, that's who we want. We want the corporate lobbyist as your chief of staff to help make all your fucking decisions. If young people were controlling the Biden administration, would we be this many months in to very openly and clearly arming and funding a genocide? Would we be this many months in watching our top ally Israel bomb UN buildings, call the UN and Amnesty International and Oxfam and all these groups Hamas supporters? Would we have sat by watching over 30 hospitals in Gaza get bombed? Over 40,000 innocent Palestinians killed? Watching a total siege where all the food, fuel, water, electricity, etc. is cut off? Is that what would be happening? Is this what young people want? Young people want to watch the modern day Holocaust? Is that what they want? Is that who's controlling this administration? Again, nothing has ever been less true than that. Nothing. You know who controls this administration? Corporations, lobbyists, AIPAC, the military-industrial complex, Zionists. The list goes on. All of the standard, traditional power centers. The status quo is in charge here. It's the same assholes that have been there for every Democratic administration going back to Bill Clinton, right? This is who's in charge. It's the third way Democrats. It's the new Democrats. It's the triangulators. It's the ones who, you know what? Let's be half Republican. That's what we need to be. Then they act like Republicans. Their polls tank among their own fucking base. And what do? These geniuses go, oh, I know the problem. We went too far to the left. Let's go further right. What am I going to do to these people? What am I going to do to these people? No group has been blamed more than young people in this country. How many times have we fucking seen it? From the snide tweets about how stop spending all your money on avocado toast and then maybe you'll be able to afford a home. How often do boomers and the silent generation blame young people for shit that they started? That is their problem. It's their generation that created these problems. And they go, why did you guys fuck this up? We haven't done dick. We haven't even had a chance to steer the ship because you assholes are still in charge. Somehow it's young people's fault. Somehow it's Bernie Sanders' fault. Let me tell you something. For all of Bernie Sanders' flaws, if Joe Biden had actually let Bernie Sanders steer the ship from the beginning for this thing, he would be beating Donald Trump by 12 points right now. No doubt about it. And there's no way we would have been arming and funding a genocide at this late date. Would have already condemned Israel at the UN. We would have already sanctioned them. We would have already isolated them. We would have already forced some sort of a peace deal on them. Or at the very least, a fucking ceasefire. This is the sort of trash that people get fed over on CNN. Propaganda is evil, man. It's evil. This is totally divorced from reality, totally divorced from the truth. It's total fucking narrative humping. And it's just filling people's brains with poison. This, to me, is just as bad as Fox News. Because the logical conclusion they want you to take away is, don't listen to the young people. That's the problem, is that you're not listening to young people. They say, don't listen to them. Don't listen to Bernie Sanders. Don't listen to Elizabeth Warren. Don't listen to young people. Biden needs to go further right to be viewed more serious. What am I going to do with these people, man? What am I going to do with these people? Propaganda is the worst. People who watch no media at all, none, are more educated and more up to date on stuff than people who watch, certainly Fox News, but also garbage like this on CNN. I have no doubt about it. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.